Welcome back everyone to the Complete Pineleaf, and today we are finally heading onto the road to Dunharrow.
Upon the plains of the Firienfeld at Dunharrow, the people of Kingstead have at last found shelter. Yet at the edge of the Dimholt, a sudden wave of dread flows over Eowyn and her people.
Nazgul, perhaps? That looks like hobbits named Bingo aren't the only people that are being sought by them.
What brings you to these lands?
We met with no resistance on our journey, and I believe I have you to thank for that. I would like to speak with you in private. The people will manage on their own for now, I'm certain. All right. At last, Dunharrow. We've made it. Your efforts in the Harrowdale afforded us a swift and safe journey. You have my thanks, Pineleaf. For my part, I have set the people on building up the shelter. For those remain, many of the Westfold have yet to rally here. Their work shall take some time, so let us walk. I wish not to alarm the people, but I must speak to you plainly. I believe we're being watched. Watched? We must discover what lurks beyond the trees. Most likely some orcs and wargs that I missed. Long have I known the tale of the men who lived under the Drimmerberg, but never have I ventured upon their dark paths. I get the impression that not many people do. Still, I fear something watches us nearby. Well, there is that tribe of orcs that dress like the dead. I've dealt with most of them, but it's possible that some were missed. Probably not enough to attack us while we're strong and numerous. These stones. Never have I been within the dim holt. I know not what we'll find, so ready your wits. Ready your wits.
What brings you to these lands?
Are you ready to venture into the dim holt, Pineleaf? All right. I suppose we could do that. We could only hope that is something that we can handle, whatever it is. Maybe a shrew. The canopy's mother's delight, and we must not be caught unawares. I presume that's why they call it the dim holt. Yes, because that sounds like something that will cause things to be dim. Not but the creaking of branches, Pineleaf. The creaking of branches. In pine leaves, perhaps? Yeah, I suppose there could be. Well, I guess pine leaves don't crack. Perhaps I was mistaken. Oh ho! Wait, what is that? It looks like an orc dressed up as the dead. We've been ambushed! Oh, what a shock. Alright, you stop that. And you stop it too? Oh, okay, okay. This one is being a pain. And there you go. Yeah, I've run to plenty of those lately. Well, maybe not many of them, but I did run to one recently. I'm not fond of them. That's what I gotta say about Nazgul. And now for you. And swiftly now! We can't let them escape. No, we can't. We can't let it escape, wherever it is. Are these the orcs that you spoke of? Yeah, it looks like it. Queer indeed that they would think the dead an ally of any. Well, to them, Fear is always an ally to them, I think. And where are you? Oh, there you are. Look at this. Alright, we'll take care of that. Brush shot high, black arrow. Does that mean you slay dragons? Right? Like the black arrow that was used by Bark to slay Smog? That's right, he's a dragon slayer then. How about that? Alright, I suppose they mean that in a different way. And now for you. Maybe I should have had something to eat first. We must press on, of course. Onward and forward. Oh, and there is the Ah, there remains no place to run, Orc. You should have never have disturbed the dead. Orc, your disguise makes no fool of me. You did that yourself, woman. We shall slay your people to the last, just as you would have done to us. And here is Ur. Alright, there you go. Alright, it's just saying that the orc kind just seems to love using names from Mesopotamian cities, I guess. Ur, Uruk. There you go. I wonder if there are any other Mesopotamian cities you can find along orc kind. Wait, he is tough, that's for sure. Oh, you know what? He's got rage. Stay back! Stay away from me! Nay, run no further, Pineleaf. The orc will probably find no shelter there. As it was with Baldur the Old, those paths lead to naught but death. Frantic screams echo from the paths of the dead. Yeah, sounds like you're right.
Will you aid the horse lords?
The orcs are vanquished, and my people are safe. Those orcs knew not the warriors that they faced. Dunharrow shall once again be a haven for the people of Rohan, and my people will remain free of the enemy's grip. Let us not tarry here any longer, Pineleaf, for this place fills me with dread. Well, I suppose that's to be expected. I hope she enjoyed that.
Our mission is dire.
You've aided the people of Rohan for beyond anything I could have expected, Pineleaf. Your efforts in the Eastament, and now here in Kingstead, show well your care for my people. There remains much to do in these grim days of war, but I and the others can now more easily rest, knowing the ally we have in you. We shall remain here as Theoden King ordered, for the people shall be safe from the enemy. Wander not too far, though, for I'm sure our paths will cross again. Yes, I suspect that they would eventually do so. And it's time to get a trait point. Yippee! Well, not the most impressive piece of armor. Ooh. Completed Road to Dunharrow. Completed Kindred with the Aerolingus. Whee! But even though that finishes up Kindred with the Aerolingus, I suppose I still need to get to Stoke. Perhaps I should have come here directly. Torsbury seems to have been overrun. But I hear something going on here. Let's find out whether these are orcs or whether these are refugees. Up here? That looks like a Rohirrim tent. Hello there.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
What brings you to me? I recognize it. That belongs to Lufa, daughter of Gisig. But did she not wed Ordlak of Orsley? You say that she did not wed him out of love. Alas, that we should be torn apart for politics and alliances. I will treasure this, and swear, if Ordlak does not bring her joy, he shall feel the taste of my steel. I am sorry. I should not speak so hastily before you. Yes, I understand. I quite understand. All right, so I have a feeling that there may become some problem in there. And believe me, if I hear that she's in danger, especially from her husband, I will report it right away. Hello there. Are you the Thane?
What brings you to these lands?
Are you blind? Can't you see that we are in the midst of a war council? I have not the time to. What? The signet of Torsbury? That can only mean that Stoke is under siege. May Saruman the White burn forever in the fires he has kindled. Curse the mangy hide. Mangy hide, yes.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
Bah! Frithhild will have to wait. I have lost Torsbury. Nay, I'm not disloyal, whatever it may seem. I just know Frithhild. She can hold fast without me. I should know. Look at my nose. She broke it herself, she did. We will attend to Stoke, but do not worry. But first, I must reclaim my town. I can't bandy words any longer. My son Torafirth is in charge of gathering information that we can use to form our counter-assaults. Speak with him and help you as you may. The sooner Torsbury belongs to us, the sooner we can drive Saruman's lackeys back to Isengard, and the sooner we can help Stoke. Right. I guess there is a point in that. Hello there. Need me in anything to help get rid of those guys?
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
I must ask your pardon for my father's harshness. He's a good man, but none too clever, and is embarrassed that he allowed Torsbury to fall. The Dunlendings came upon us silently in the night, and had already put the town to the torch before anyone could sound the alarm. It seemed like they came from nearly every direction and without warning. Now he plans to retake Torsbury and has put me in charge of gathering information. I may be young, only 18 summers, but I have seen my share of battles and know the habits of the orcs. I need you to ride out to Torsbury and through the fields to the south to learn what kinds of forces are arrayed against us. With that information, we can lay the best plans for our counter-assault. Very well. I shall head out and get the information you need. Apparently there's somebody else who could use my help.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
They move. I saw them. The trees. Don't worry, I've seen plenty of moving trees. There are other things in Fangorn as well. Dark things with evil hearts. I have heard tales of winged creatures like women and walking skeletons. So, Marivelle and Whites, okay. Marivelle, Whites, and Horns. Okay, that sounds like a bit of a mixture. They're all gathering beneath the shadow of Mordor. Yeah, I can believe that too. No one believes me, of course. They all say that I'm mad. Go into the accursed wood and bring proof of the terrors within, and I will reward you as I may. All right. I will look for evidence of evil things in there. But first, I do need to check out the composition of the enemy's forces. Here's Torsbury, and it appears that the enemy has things in smoke there and is building their watchtowers. And now I need to determine the composition of the enemy's forces, and apparently noticing those watchtowers must have been one of the 5 because I ticked that one off my list. Now can I learn anything from getting inside? Well, I see that we've got some Dunlending archers here. So if these people have any prophecies that say that they'll be unharmed by orcs, then it looks like they're in luck today. Really? Alright, fine. Fine. I'll deal with you all. So I think I have to also do some scouting on the outside, because I think the scouting is supposed to be just outside of Torsbury, not going in yet. So this is as far as I'll go in at the moment. And the patrols here are vicious. Now, let's head around this way and see what we can find. It appears that they also have some half-breed cavalry. Defeat half-orc scouts ranging in the fields of South Torsbury. Well, I suppose then they're not in luck if they have a prophecy. Warg riders across the acres. Defeat goblin spearmen. Oh boy. They're all over the place. Aha! Here is a half-orc rider. Problem is, I'm not too sure whether these are the ones that love going neck to you or the ones that love ranging. So I have to learn as I go then. Apparently they love to range. And while I was coming out here, I tripped over the 5th point. Okay. There must be more than 5 points for you to check in at, because that was not quite what I expected on that quest. Alright, well, oopsie daisy. Of course, that happens just as I... Hello, a friend decides to talk to him just as I'm getting ready to throw a spear. Okay, fine. You want to die? You can die. I'm quite effective when you're not moving. Yep. Sort of kill the advantage of the cavalry when you do that. Alright, there is one of those half-orc warriors. Where is that? There he is. Really? Hey. I don't like it when they do that. I mean, really? Look how far he goes away. Well, I have to do what I can. It's like he's... Oh, boy. I think AI like this is the reason why people don't like mounted combat. Because if you're mounted and you're following him, which is of course the most effective way probably to be able to kill him when they do this to you, you run into the problem that he drags you through about 3 or 4 different enemies and you wind up getting overwhelmed or something like that. The trouble with mounted combat. Something that sounds nice and interesting in theory, but very hard to effectively put it into practice. I remember one time someone was saying that the most effective version they found of Mountain Combat was in Mountain Blade. The only problem is that Mountain Blade was designed as a single-player game. A lot tougher to do it in an MMO. I'm just wondering, has an MMO done good mounted combat? Now, I suppose that if an MMO was designed primarily for mounted combat, it would have to have it, and in fact, it'll probably do a lot of sacrificing. Oh, Uger. No, Egger. Well, whatever. Oh, hold on. I got a quest to kill him. I just noticed that. Ha 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 ha. Oi. Wait, wait, wait! I need to kill you! Come back! Thank you. Thank you for being so accommodating. Ah. Oh, and I still need to go Goblin Spear. I completely forgot about the Goblin Spearman. Well, I could probably do the mounted enemy side quests just as I go along doing other stuff. Because, alright, I'm likely to run into them eventually. No matter what. Eager might be a little bit too much, which is why I'm so eager to kill him. There you go. Eager. Thank you. Well, alright, so much for that one. Ooh, looks like I get his helmet. Alright. And I found one of the goblins. Hey, almost got tricked into going into the half-orc there. Well, goblins are sneaky that way. See what I mean? They go right next to one of their friends. And you have no idea what you're getting into because you're probably worried about too many other things. Goblin badge, defeat Natul. Wonder now, is that Natul up there, or is that just another goblin rider? Looks like it's just you should hunt down and defeat the goblin captain whose badge you recovered. I guess it is a badge indicating an affiliation with that captain, because I doubt it was the captain's personal copy of the badge. Let's see. And then more warriors. All over the place. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, yes, of course. The warriors are the ones that love to stay up close and personal. Sort of be useful if I had a pike instead of a regular spear here. That way I have a much easier time reaching him. I finished my scouting.
What brings you to these lands?
It's as I feared. They have a great array of warriors, but your news is not all bad. It appears that most of the enemy army is comprised of wild Dunlendings, with whom we have had much experience in battle, and half-orc raiders. If their only support is a small contingent of goblin warg riders, this should not be all that terribly difficult. Alright, I'm glad to hear that he is optimistic on that, and that explains why finding the goblins and finding the half orcs and seeing the Dunlendings all tripped up points in the quest.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
Now, the news that you brought me is grim, but I think that there are measures that we can take to even the battlefield a little bit. Share your reports with my father and advise him to send a small forays against the enemy. It may be that we can weaken their defenses before initiating a full counter-assault on Torsbury. Alright, then we shall see what we're going to learn for the Thane in the next episode of The Complete Pineleaf.